Southwest Rocks is a fantastically beautiful place. The depth of Saltwater Creek and its lagoon is controlled by the height of this berm. Currently it's at about 1.4 metres. But a recent east coast low saw this sand higher by more than a metre as large seas forced sand into the creek entrance. This natural process elevates the level of both Saltwater Creek and its lagoon. It's a fish hatchery. Literally millions of fish are generated here. It's migratory bird habitat. Black swans stop here. It's a corridor for wildlife. Koalas are regularly seen here. However, in the late 1990s, Kempsey Shire Council, in its wisdom, rezoned Saltwater Lagoon's floodplain for housing. This was against a lot of local opposition, including a long-time resident's signed eyewitness account that portions of this land were up to 2.4 metres, or 8 feet, underwater during the 1949-50 floods. The incoming state National Liberal government quickly pushed that subdivision through. That portion of what was once a diverse natural ecosystem, which provided a valuable filter and buffer to the lagoon, has now been destroyed and looks like this. The residents of this street understood that they'd moved into a quiet cul-de-sac, but now the new developer, having purchased the southern section of the floodplain, has an application before council to put hundreds of houses on what remains of it, adjacent to the internationally listed wetland and close to the town's sewage treatment plant. If he succeeds, the first stage is for just 29 houses. Residents here will suffer something like 1,000 truck movements as 5,000 cubic metres of fill is brought in. Why? Yep, you guessed it, because it's a floodplain. We have not been told how much fill is proposed for the remaining, much larger area of lower land, but it could easily be 10 times that number of trucks and fill, if not more. This video was taken on the 5th of July 2018. The lagoon was then at a level that the developer assures us would mean groundwater is well below the surface. We've had a dry spell during June, and then 100 millimetres of rain over the previous 4 days, most of it 2 days ago. It's been a good fall, but nothing exceptional. That sure looks like a lot of water lying around on the surface of the site. Would you want this to happen in your street and your backyard? Would you want to buy a house here? Do you want Saltwater Lagoon to become a weed-filled toxic swamp? Can you imagine what the flood cover premium would be on your insurance policy if you had a house here? If this goes ahead, who will be responsible when it floods? If you find this disturbing, tell Kempsey Shire Council and your local state member what you think.